Okay, so basically what impacted me the most in my school life from like freshman year to senior year is definitely theater. So I'm just gonna do a whole rundown of my theater life from freshman to senior year because I feel like that was the most important part of school for me. So yeah. The start of freshman year, I joined Central because I liked the soccer team. I was really into soccer. I've been doing sports since like I was like 5 years old, and soccer really clicked. I've been doing soccer for 7, 8 years of my life. So I was like, why not join the soccer team at Central? So I did that. Halfway through the soccer season, auditions came out for the Shakespeare play. And so I was like, well, I'll try it because I've done theater before when I was like 12 maybe. So I tried it. I did the audition, and then I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to quit varsity soccer for this. I'm not gonna give myself too much credit. There was only one soccer team at the time, and it was varsity. And that was my first ever like play at Springfield Central High School, which was called Love's Labor's Lost. It was like a comedy. I played Costard. It was this just male funny character who didn't know what he was doing. I loved the costume. The costume was really nice.
Latin word for 3 farthings. 3 farthings for remuneration. Yes. Oh, that's a fairer name than French crown. Oh, I will never buy or sell out of this word.
That's when I learned how to make like good friends. I found really good friends, and I was really thankful for that, but they were seniors, so they graduated that year, sadly. I was glad to have that experience with them, even if it was just 1 year. So every year, Central does a Shakespeare play and then a musical. And so since I like the Shakespeare so much, I decided to do the musical, even though I hated singing and dancing. And also because my friends were doing it. So it was called The Drowsy Chaperone. I got ensemble, which means like kind of like a background character. I mean, makes sense because I couldn't sing or dance. Even getting like the smallest role, really. I mean, I loved it so much. That's kind of when I learned that like theater in general is something I wanted to do in life because like I enjoyed every aspect of it, even if it wasn't something I was already talented in, if you get what I mean. So my last play for freshman year was with my drama class. Every year the drama class performs a play, and I was in drama 1, and we performed like a little like funky like horror play. Here's a clip of me screaming. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, that was the only memory I have of that play. So sophomore year was a little different because I didn't have my friends anymore, and so like theater was a little different for me. Me and Danny started dating the end of freshman year, right after the play. So we had each other, and I forced him to join the play, of course, because I'm not going to be alone in the play. And we both got cast in the Shakespeare play, which was Richard III. It's a historic play. It's about this guy who wants power, so he just starts killing people for it. I got a king that dies at the very beginning. I mean, I played the role pretty well for being on stage for like 2 minutes a total of the entire play. It was great, go on stage, do an amazing number, die, come back as a ghost, the end. I loved my costume. My trail like of my robe was freaking huge, and then I got to like collapse on the floor and yell at people, so that was fun.
Of love, but when your carters and your waiting vassals have done a drunken slaughter, you straight are on your knees for pardon, and I unjustly too must grant you. But for my brother, not a man would speak, nor I ungracious spoke unto myself. Oh God, I fear that justice will take hold.
So the spring musical after that was Seussical. Yay. And then I got a name role for a musical for the first time. I was Mrs. Mayor, and Rory was Mr. Mayor, and we basically were the like runners of the town of Who, and like the Whoville and stuff like that. And It was really fun in terms of like taking on a different kind of character. Like I had to like make up a voice for the character and stuff, and like I had to act really, really weird, which shouldn't be that difficult for me, and it wasn't. Junior year, once again, I didn't really have a huge group of friends. It was kind of just me and Danny, so once again, like I forced him to join the show. We did Midsummer Night's Dream for Shakespeare. It was one of the first well-known plays I've done. I got a really good role in it. I got Puck. He carries the plot. There was 3 of us, so they like sometimes you do split casting to give more people opportunities. But in the end, one of them ended up quitting, so we had to split up those lines between us 2, and then me and Josh ended up being like best buddies, so we got to do a bunch of fun things. We played the trombone. That was really cool because Josh knew how to play it and he wanted to play it. Yeah, because I played trombone in middle school. Don't call me a band kid. And then for the musical, that was the spring musical was called Once on This Island. It was basically The Little Mermaid. I got casted as Mama Eurely. It's the main character's mother. I mean, there was a lot of heavy emotions, which I had fun like portraying. It was not in my range though. It was really low. I could not sing that low. And we performed Oz, which is like a generic Wizard of Oz. I played Beth, which is Dorothy, but not Dorothy. It's a little interesting, but it was really fun. Selena came out in green face paint the day of and made me break character on stage. This was that she walked on stage looking like this and just freaked me out. I made one of the costume pieces myself. I had to do a quick costume change as Beth and go from like funeral wear, I guess, into like a whole Dorothy dress. We used it in the play and it turned out amazing. Yeah, actually I'm gonna show you because it's really cool.
Sit, stand up, sit, I'm not a dog. Good point, we'll get to that. Look, I don't know who you freaks are or what you think you're. Much better. Okay, wow. You just opened yourself to a lawsuit, buddy.
I was really proud of that. Senior year, we found out we were doing Romeo and Juliet, and I got Mercutio. Literally, Mercutio is like the coolest role ever. I love being able to like kind of just be me, and that was basically my character. We got to do sword fights. Halfway through the process, I made some really good friends. It was funny, my enemy, Tybalt, was Nick, who actually became like my best friend. Even if it was later in the process, making like friends like Nick, Myra, and Abby like along the way made it a lot better of an experience. So Shakespeare was, I think that was probably my favorite, the best time I could ever ask for when it comes to theater. The musical was announced too. It's Mamma Mia. We were all freaking out for Mamma Mia. I auditioned for Sophie, and then I got Sophie, and then I cried a lot. Here's a picture of me crying. Maisha got Donna, and I was just so excited to be able to like have these moments with like someone like Maisha, because you know she's a really important person to me too, and just it was in the end like it was so emotional. Our last time on stage together and stuff, so it was really emotional, more for Maisha than me. Maisha was crying on stage. It was so crazy to be able to be on stage like the whole play.
Never felt like this before.
I was like really thankful for, you know, all of my friends throughout senior year because they kind of helped me push through a lot of the stuff I've dealt with. So overall, I mean, I think you could see how much theater really impacted my high school life. I gained a lot of confidence, and I'm glad that theater kind of taught me how to like be myself more and just not really care about what other people say, because starting my freshman year, I was a completely different person. Yeah, my freshman year self probably would bully my senior year self. Some advice that I would probably give to my freshman year self is don't stress. Stress took up all of my high school life. Stress over friendships, stress over relationships, stress over roles, and sometimes it's good to push yourself, but don't let it take over your whole life. One story that really impacted me in AP Lit was definitely The Yellow Wallpaper. I think it's because that's the only piece of literature in English that I actually fully read through. Kyo wasn't in, and he had an assignment for The Yellow Wallpaper to read it, and I started reading it and I just locked in. I was like, this is so good. I just loved how it portrayed mental illness getting worse and worse over time with no help, and especially how women are neglected. The metaphorical but psychological impact is really cool to me. And that was also the only project I actually really tried on. So Mr. Kyo, you better hang up my poster. We tried hard on that.